Hello everyone. Today is Saturday, July 26, 2025. I'd like to share something simple with you. There is something human beings have been talking about for a very long time, what we call merit and sin. But before going any further, look closely. What is this thing we call merit? What does it actually look like? If we have never truly seen it, then we have only been repeating words our entire lives without ever knowing what it really is. Does merit truly exist as something real? There are teachings that point out that all things have no real independent existence. So what is this merit that we believe in? What kind of reality is it? If everything has no true existence, then do merit and sin really exist? What are they? We use these sounds to communicate and call something merit, but what is it really? Ask your own heart. If we say that merit is a feeling of fullness, a sense of happiness, then is that not simply a pleasant emotion? And what we call sin, is that not just suffering? If suffering is what we call sin and happiness is what we call merit, then both are just emotions. They arise, they pass, they do not truly exist as anything solid. Can you see this? If these states have no real existence, then we are already free from merit and sin. This is not about what you should or should not do. This is pointing directly to the difference between what is constructed and what is beyond construction. Truth is not about whether something exists or does not exist. For example, does the body truly exist? Right now it seems real, but when it breaks apart, where is it? It disappears. So what we call merit is simply a feeling of happiness. So ask again, do emotions truly exist as something real? If we say they do, then we are turning something that has no real existence into something solid. We believe, we construct, we give value and meaning to it, even though it is only something that arises and passes. Let me ask again, if merit and sin truly exist, can you show them to me? Can you shape them into something? How much merit have we accumulated? How many kilograms? People spend their lives doing good, building, giving, creating, and yet they still cry, they still suffer, they still want to be free from suffering. Why? If all that merit truly existed, where is it? When we look directly, nothing is found. There is only a feeling arising and then fading away. So this great accumulation we believe in, where is it? Can you show it? Let's say we come across someone we feel deep compassion for. They are in great difficulty, so we go and speak with them. They tell us that their home was destroyed by a sudden flood. They have nowhere to live. All their belongings are gone. They are suffering deeply. They are willing to work, to do anything, and they ask for help. So we built a house for them. We give them some money to buy clothes, enough to eat, and a chance to start again and take care of themselves. Now we ask, has this person gained merit? Is this what we call merit? Observe carefully. When we do something we consider good or wholesome, a certain feeling arises. It is a pleasant feeling, a sense of fullness, a kind of inner happiness, and it comes from thinking. We think that we are helping. We think that we have built a house for them, given them money, given them a new beginning. It may be a small amount for us, but we feel that we have helped. At this moment we are thinking. We think that we have helped, and once the action is done, a feeling arises. We feel very good. We feel uplifted, joyful. Right now, we are holding on to that pleasant feeling. Just a moment ago, we were playing with thought, and then we used that thought to give value and meaning to what was happening. We tell ourselves that we are helping, and then a feeling arises, and we hold on to it. We hold on to the idea that we are happy, that what we have done is good, that we are good. We like it, we enjoy it. If there were no teaching to name this, it would not be called merit at all. It would simply be a feeling, a sense of fullness, of satisfaction, of happiness, and that is where it ends. It is nothing more than an emotion that arises and then passes. In some teachings this is called merit, but if we follow a different belief, or if there is no religion at all, what would we call this? It is simply a form of happiness that arises from sharing and helping, isn't it? Now ask, does that feeling of happiness truly exist as something real? The happiness that arises when we help someone, does it have any real existence? Not long after, it fades away. Then imagine we go on a trip with friends and suddenly an accident happens, a crash. All our friends die and we are the only one left. Physically, we are mostly unharmed, but inside we suffer deeply because those we loved are gone. We begin to think it was because we invited them. We should never have asked them to come. Now there is a feeling of guilt. We feel that we have done something terribly wrong. In some teachings, this is what is called sin. But if there is no religion, we do not need to call it merit or sin at all. That experience is simply a thought arising. I should not have invited them. I caused this. And from that thought, suffering appears. There is no need to call it sin. It is just a feeling, an emotion that we sink into, that we hold on to. We keep thinking in circles. I should not have come. I should not have taken this road. Right now we are playing with thought, playing with emotion. Can you see it? The happiness that arose from helping someone earlier, where did it go? It has been replaced by another emotion. When the right conditions are there, it appears. Whether we call it merit or sin does not matter. The point is this: the thoughts we are thinking and the emotions that arise from those thoughts, do they truly exist? If we can see the thought that is happening right now and see the emotion that is present right now as something that arises naturally on its own and dissolves on its own, then their importance fades immediately. So, if we ask whether merit and sin truly exist, if they do, then show them to me. Can they be formed into something? And if they do not truly exist, then why do we use these words at all? Truth is not about whether something exists or does not exist. It is about what is appearing to be known. The sound that is being heard right now appears to be known. The emotion that is present right now appears to be known. Sound and emotion are simply movements of the mind that appear for the mind to know. Can you see this nature, that these things arise according to conditions and disappear when those conditions are gone? That is all it is. It is not about whether merit or sin exists. What humans call merit is simply a pleasant emotion. What humans call sin is simply a painful emotion. In the end, we are just playing with emotions. They have no real existence. Happiness arises and passes. Suffering arises and passes. These are simply natural processes that arise and dissolve. They cannot be formed into anything solid. They have been happening since we were children. Sometimes happiness, sometimes suffering. Who owns these experiences? No one. When it is clearly seen that these are just natural processes with no owner, the mind immediately accepts, this is not me, this is not mine. It is simply a natural movement, appearing as sound, as emotion, and then fading away. When some people hear this truth, tears begin to flow, because there is a sudden, profound realization of what is real. Another point: if we kill a mosquito, is that a serious sin, and how should we deal with it? Let me ask. While we are putting food into our mouths, there are microorganisms living in it. We eat them, chew, and swallow them. Are we committing a sin? As we walk, there may be worms, ants, and small creatures beneath our feet. We step on them without even knowing. Suppose we turn on a light outside the house and small insects gather all over the ground. We need to walk through that area. We see them everywhere, but we cannot avoid walking. What should we do? Should we cover ourselves and carefully move each one away, making sure not to step on any? Or should we simply walk as usual? We walk normally. As we walk, we may step on them. We may not even know, but we know it is unavoidable because they are everywhere. We walk to the door, go out to get something, and then walk back the same way, stepping through them again. When we return home, we tell our family that we got what we needed. We prepare food, we eat together, and we feel happy. Then this person listens to what is being pointed out here. They feel at ease. They are not suffering at all. So we ask, has this person committed a sin? They see everything as just body and mental processes, simply part of nature as it is. They see many forms of life arising and dissolving within bodies, animal bodies, human bodies, coming and going, but the mind is never affected. When this is understood, they no longer worry about what happened while walking through those small insects earlier. They live normally like anyone else. They do not get caught in thought. They do not get caught in any mental formations. They simply know things as they are. They listen and they understand the nature of reality. Now consider another person. They see small insects covering the ground in front of their house. They need to walk to the entrance to get something, but the ground is full of them. Inside, they are carrying something heavy. They begin to think, what if I step on even one of them? One life, one consequence. Because of this, they cannot walk. They feel they must wait until all the insects are gone, yet they still need to go and get what they need. They do not see clearly. They keep carrying this burden inside, and they suffer from what they see. The insects gathering around the light. They do not even dare to walk. They sit there crying, saying they cannot go to get food. They cry out to the insects, please move away. I cannot walk. If I step on you, I will suffer. And they remain there, crying. Then someone who came to deliver something asks what is wrong. They answer, I cannot go. The insects are everywhere. If I step on them, what will happen to their lives? I will have to bear the consequences. They are carrying something in their mind. They rely on thought to give value and meaning to what is happening, and then they hold on to it tightly. Meanwhile, a child appears. The child does not follow any belief system, does not even know what religion is. The child simply says, I'll go get it for you, and runs across, stepping on many of those small insects, picks up the item and runs back, stepping on them again. The child brings the item and hands it over. The woman takes it, brings it to her mother to cook, yet she herself is still crying. She says she cannot go anywhere, cannot do anything, because she is afraid that even one life might be lost because of her. Can you see the difference between one who sees clearly and one who does not? The child is not suffering at all, and nothing burdens them. But the woman does not understand what is being pointed out here. She carries everything in front of her. Even when she washes herself, she is afraid that the microorganisms on her skin will die. She does not even dare to bathe because she fears harming life. She suffers deeply just trying to live. Do you see the difference? This is not about right or wrong, not about what is true or untrue. This is about seeing clearly. The mind is a nature that is never born and never dies. The body arises only to break apart, but the mind is never affected. When the body falls away, life continues in another form. That is all. The mind is not concerned with what happens to the body. It is the one who carries, who holds on to things, that suffers. This is why we are being shown how to see clearly. When there is clarity, there is no suffering. Without clarity, even something as simple as bathing becomes impossible out of fear. So what we call merit and sin have no real existence. They are only conventional words that we use to give value and meaning to our emotions. We are the mind. We are a formless life element. The true nature of the mind is something that does not perish. It is a nature that existed before all things. It is like a clear, open emptiness right here in front of us, not related to darkness or light, not related to air or movement, not related to cold or heat. This clarity does not move and does not go anywhere. It simply is an original element. This is the mind. It is a natural presence, waiting only to be seen. When there is the mind, there are also its movements, which are called mental formations. Mental formations are the activities of the mind. These movements appear as sound, as thought. Sound and thought are essentially the same. They are movements within the mind, appearing as inner sound, as images whenever we imagine, and as emotions such as happiness, suffering, calmness, or neutrality. All of these are activities of the mind. Even the calmness we seek is just another activity. They also appear as memory. In addition, there is the activity of knowing, the hearing of sound right now. This is knowing. It knows by itself. Can you see this? Right now, it is knowing on its own. When this is seen, the mind recognizes by itself that hearing is happening on its own. And when this is clearly seen, a question naturally arises. Where is the me in all of this? The activities of the mind take many forms: sound, image, emotion, memory, and knowing. All of these are mental formations. They are not the mind, and they are not us. We are the mind, yet we become lost in these activities. Our true nature has no such activities. It is completely pure, but we become absorbed in sound, image, emotion, memory, and knowing. Even though these are only things the mind temporarily relies on, we use them to communicate, and then we go further. We give value and meaning to them and begin to identify them as ourselves. But what we rely on is not who we are. When this is clearly seen, everything begins to release on its own. If we see that the thoughts appearing here are not our thoughts, that what is being imagined is not us imagining, that the emotions present are not our emotions, that the knowing happening now is not us knowing, that even the memory of being a human is not our memory, then the moment this is clearly seen, we are the pure element complete. Let the mind accept this truth. In terms of the mind and its mental formations are not the mind, yet the mind becomes attached to them. This is how it remains caught in the process of formation. The formless mind becomes entangled in this process, constructing itself as male, female, human, good, bad, merit, sin, right, wrong, real, unreal. If we see that we are constructing, then we can ask further, who is knowing right now? Who is thinking right now? All of these emotions are not ours. The moment this is seen, there is a sudden, profound realization. Simply observe and see that it is not us. Just see that mental formations are not the mind. Whether we describe it in terms of the mind and its mental formations, or simply say that thoughts, imagination, and emotions are not us, it comes to the same end. We are the pure element. We are not the thoughts. The thoughts that appear are not ours. We are the original element that gives rise to them for temporary use. When this truth is heard and directly seen, the mind opens into a sudden, profound realization. Because we are the original element that gives rise to these appearances, it means they are not ours. We are the pure element. We create images for use, but the images are not ours. We create emotions, whether happiness, suffering, or calm, but they are not us. They are simply tools the mind makes use of. Truth is simple. Just recognize this clearly. The emotion present is not ours. The thought arising is not us. The memory of being a person is not our memory. They are only recordings of images, of sound, of meaning, formed by natural processes. Even the knowing that is happening right now, just observe and see that it knows by itself. When this is seen, ask further, where is the me? When it is seen that mental formations are not the mind is released instantly. There is immediate freedom. There is a sudden, profound realization, because this is all there is. We are the pure element, while thoughts, emotions, knowing, and memory are simply activities that arise. When it is clearly seen that they are not us, there is immediate release. The realization arises instantly. Going against the current means not getting carried away by anything. When something is seen, we are not carried away by what is seen. When a sound is heard, we are not carried away by the sound. When a thought arises, we are not carried away by the thought. When an emotion arises, whether happiness, suffering, neutrality, or calm, we are not carried away by that emotion. Even the knowing that is happening now, we are not carried away by it. This means simply observing inwardly. If there is a feeling of joy, it is seen as it is, but we do not sink into it. It can be joyful, that is its nature, but we do not get carried away or attached. There is simply knowing within, present here, continuously, just seeing that it is thinking on its own, speaking on its own, that these activities are arising on their own. Seeing in this way is called going against the current. It means not flowing along with any activity, not becoming absorbed in any experience, not getting lost in any story, but simply knowing that these activities are arising. When a thought arises, it is known. When an emotion arises, it is known. Whether it is noticed in time or not, it does not matter, because when it is noticed, it passes. When it is not noticed, it still passes. Yet there is knowing, and it is seen that this knowing is not us, because it knows by itself. This clarity comes from hearing what is being pointed to. When heard repeatedly, the structure of the mind and its mental formations becomes clear. It is seen how the mind attaches to mental formations, how mental formations construct and give value and meaning, eventually becoming what is perceived as the body. This is the outward flow, where the mind becomes caught in what is perceived and felt. But going against the current is simply observing inwardly, without concern for what is happening outside. Just observe who is speaking in the mind. See that thinking is happening on its own. See that emotions, whether pleasant, unpleasant, calm or neutral, are arising on their own. Observe who is remembering, who is knowing in this moment. When observed, it becomes clear that it knows by itself, thinks by itself, feels by itself. And when this is seen, a question naturally arises. If all of this is happening on its own, then where is the me? If we observe inwardly in this way, asking ourselves in this way, and clearly see that all of these activities are functioning on their own and are not us, then for anyone who truly sees this, tears will arise immediately, and then there is a sudden, profound realization, as if everything collapses at once, all structures fall apart, and it becomes known directly that we are a formless life element, clear, open and completely pure. In that moment there is no suffering at all. There is only a deep sense of ease, a sense of not being anything at all. The feeling of being a human fades away, and it no longer matters what we are. It is as if we are nothing, and there is no longer any desire to be anything. We are simply that nothing. This is the mind. This is the pure, clear life element. Anyone who listens and follows this pointing, observing inwardly with sincerity, will feel tears arise, along with a deep sense of lightness and relief. Simply by hearing what is being pointed to again and again, understanding will deepen naturally, and it becomes clear that all the suffering before came from being carried away by thought, imagination and emotion flowing outward. But when we observe inwardly and see that these activities are not us, this is going against the current. It is not flowing with anything, it is seeing directly as it is. When an emotion arises, it is known as it is. When a thought arises, it is known as it is. Whether the emotion emotion is pleasant or unpleasant, it is known as it is. When calm appears, it is known as it is. Even the knowing itself is seen as knowing on its own. When this is seen, there is a deep sense of lightness, openness, and the end of suffering, because it is known completely that there is no me there. And then it becomes clear how much confusion there was before, how we used to struggle, to cling, to react, to hold on to emotions again and again. When this is seen, tears arise, not from sorrow, but from seeing that there is nothing in this world to hold on to. There is only the purity of nature itself. One who listens and observes inwardly in this way will see that thoughts, emotions, happiness, suffering, neutrality, and even knowing itself all arise on their own. There is no self, no person, no identity in any of it. What remains is simply the absence of being anything at all, and when this is seen, the mind accepts it immediately. All confusion falls away. Truth is simple. Just listen and observe. When the mind accepts this reality, everything is finished at once, and it becomes clear that all the striving, all the seeking, all the accumulation, including what was once called merit, has never truly existed as anything real. In this purity, there is nothing that can be called merit. There is nothing that can be called sin. There is nothing that can be called good or bad, wholesome or unwholesome. There is only clarity, pure, open and boundless, pervading everything. Nothing that we have ever held on to or believed in truly exists. It is as if we have been lost in what we believed for so long, and when this truth is seen, there is a deep stirring, and tears begin to flow, as if we are seeing our own confusion, all the searching, all the striving, all the effort we have put into finding something. We have traveled, practiced, studied, and dedicated ourselves in so many ways. Yet when the mind directly sees this truth simply by hearing what is being pointed to, there is a sudden, profound realization. Tears arise and there is an immediate sense of lightness and release. When this is seen, it becomes clear that we are this pure clarity that pervades everything, and nothing can be identified as me. What remains is simply life as it is, without any need for language to define it. This purity is always present and has never suffered. When this truth is seen, there are only tears, and the mind accepts it completely without any doubt remaining. This is the observation of nature as it truly is. Nature continuously reveals that there is no self. When it is seen that nothing is me and nothing truly exists as a separate entity, it becomes clear that all activities simply arise and pass again and again. Thoughts arise and pass, emotions arise and pass, even awareness of noticing arises and passes, even the absence of noticing arises and passes, even the sound being heard right now arises and passes, even the knowing itself arises and passes. When this is observed, it becomes clear that truth is always present and nothing more needs to be done. If these teachings on awakening, mind observation, and transcending suffering through wisdom resonate with you, you're welcome to share your reflections in the comments. And if this has been helpful, you may support the channel by liking, sharing, or subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.